dear magical friends. Welcome, willkommen to your psychic tarot reading with me, Natalie, spelled Natalee. Tuning into your downloads and your messages and your channelings, I'm picking up a very calm, sweet, almost like an artistic expression of something. It's a very chill energy. And so your cover, I take that before I do your reading. So the vibe I was sort of in at that time was the Lady of Shalott, and this is something that I kind of just do is I just it feels good for my body. My body's already used to it, and I just sort of flow in between different poses and just like how some of my favorite paintings are. And so I was feeling really Victorian. Maybe it's like this moody sort of, you know, place is a little, I like it. I just really like it. So we'll see if that has anything to do with anything, if that comes up at all. So feeling very much the Lady of Shalott. And so that's why your cover photo is sort of like a little twist on it, a little personal take on it in the vibe. And then tuning into your energy, doing your premeditation, tuning into your messages and your downloads, way more peaceful, way happier, way lighter of an energy. So it's almost, what I got was that you're feeling so calm or you're feeling so chill, and it's like you're able to hear like the dog whistle. And I don't know what that's supposed to mean for you. It feels like it's connected with angels somehow, or some kind of like so calm that you're able to see or think or perceive something or come to an understanding, but it's in a place of calm. It's in a place of quiet. It's in a place of chillness. So I don't know. Let's see what's going on. What is the message I am here to deliver, please and thank you? Knight of Pentacles. Let's just go a little bit like that. There we go. Knight of Pentacles to start. So very keeping on. It's very much to continue on some development that you've already. The sound's also better here too. I don't know why. Keeping on with what you've already been making progress with. We'll make sure that that's progress and that it's not a rut. It's hard to tell with Knight of Pentacles sometimes. Thank you. Ooh. Page of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. This feels like a whirlwind for some reason. That Page of Swords, that could be busy. There could just be something very, very busy. Absolutely a test of integrity. What I like about the Page of Swords is that it's speaking truth to power. It's a very innocent thing to say, or it's a very innocent, maybe even well-meaning sort of thing to say and conversation to have, very innocent, and they really don't know the position that they've put the power in to do the right thing. So there could be a test of integrity at this time. There could be something very sincere or very giving this Page of Swords credit, giving them credit. This could also be, how do I put this, someone just sort of learning about how to communicate, just learning about how to, so it's very innocently said. It could be innocently said in a way that gives a test of integrity to somebody else, where now truth to power, there it is. Or it could be someone that says something and they don't really understand the impact of what they're saying, and it's got a little bit of a different vibe attached with it, but there is a seed being planted here. So we'll open that up even more. What's going on? What message am I here to convey, give to my people watching? Thank you. The Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So this feels like someone's been resisting. This really feels like the heart melts. It almost feels like you've been trying to be defensive, put up the wall, really keep something at arm's length, and then you kind of just, the wall comes down. Something's like mentally is very stressful. Now, this can also be the acceptance of something that's over, the acceptance of an era that's ended, or, and not like things have to, you'll know your situation. Not like things always have to be very dramatic and ending. It could also mean that there is a very necessary ending in a dynamic or in a work situation or with a project. This is kind of like, if I'm working on a script and I just rewrite this thing to death, I do have to put it away for a little bit and get some space and distance from it so that I can come back to it refreshed. So, this doesn't necessarily have to be like, very super dramatic. But remember that we do need space and distance and individuation in our relationship to everything, not just people and work boundaries and all of that, but to everything, even the things that we love, even the things that we cherish, even food, everything. So it's the balance. Libra season, balance, balance. All right, let's do one more. Let's see what this is. This is all minor arcana. You are totally in control of all of this. Six of Swords. You're the one that can move a situation on from difficulty. Now, this could be verbal difficulty, disagreements, arguments, that kind of thing that you're moving on from and creating peace. This can also just be very symbolic that no matter what's happening, that you are moving on away from, I don't know if this is like negative thinking or, Seven of Swords, bottom of the deck. And the Eight of Swords. What's going on? And the Five of Cups. Damn. So someone's really going through it. Someone is very... And this is the thing. This is like the whole point, is to feel like you are not so trapped, that you are not so, mentally... I kind of go back and forth whether I do the whole, with like the belt. It's not really supposed to be that way, though. It's supposed to be like this. So I don't know. It's however I'm feeling. Anyway, so yeah, overall, there's someone or something that is, it's very... Okay. This is like you've gone down a path and you're invested, and you've invested into it. You've put money into a venture. You've done research into a thing, and you've attached yourself to something or someone, a friendship of many, many years, or there's something that you already put into it. And then you get to a point where you do have this sort of like guttural like realization that at that fork in the road, like maybe you should have taken your out, or maybe you could have made a different choice. And I feel like this Seven of Swords, that he's going backwards. This is so weird. When I stopped just then, I had this whole vision, and I saw the Seven of Swords moving backwards instead of forwards away from the camps. That's how it always is. But I saw him moving backwards. And that's when I got this channeling that it's like you're like, and then go. I'm an excellent driver. I've been told by many professional drivers and professional evasive drivers, professional stunt drivers. Everyone tells me I'm a fantastic driver. I'm a really great driver. Part of that's because I grew up with my father. He's passionate. We're passionate about driving. We just like love driving, love the motion, love driving. We were going to, I think it was like one of those big malls, like Woodfield Mall or something. It might have been like to spend gift cards that we got for Christmas or something. And he was on the expressway, and he kind of like pulled over to the shoulder and stopped, and then he like reversed back. I don't even know if it was like on the shoulder. Maybe if there was no one around, it wasn't the shoulder. And he went all, because he missed the exit, and he went all the way back, and then he got us off the exit. And here's the thing with driving is that you cannot be anxious, you cannot be scared. You have to be able to commit to things. And you need really great reflexes, you need to have really great reactions. I remember when I was working at Anthro, I was giving my supervisor at the time a ride to the train station because it was like winter and it was snowy and she would have to like freaking walk, I'm like, come on, it's fine, I'll take you. And all she did, she was pointing to, I don't know, like a White Castle or something, or pointing to a store. And just her doing that, I crossed like 4 lanes and made the right turn and did this whole thing. And it's like, I don't know, it's just like you have to have that kind of confidence and connection with your vehicle, with other people on the road. And maybe, I don't know if that's, I think it's psychic ability, but not like this kind of psychic ability. I think it's just part of when you're a driver, you have that kind of connection. And that's just something that I did very strange in Los Angeles, is that people are not connected the way they are in other cities that I've been in on the road in. And it's really weird it's just very strange. And it was like this whole, anyway, so I'm getting that kind of energy with this backing up, where it's almost like you didn't, like maybe you had like an instinct, or you were ready to pivot, you were ready to just like kind of go with the flow of traffic, or you needed to cross 4 lanes, or there's a couple spots in Chicago. All right, I'm not gonna get, I can talk, but it's like you were kind of there where you were like in some kind of flow, but you didn't do it. You passed your exit, or you just sort of kept going. And I feel like it was because you wanted to make the best out of a situation with the 5 of Cups. It's like, okay, 3 cups have spilled. That's a loss. I feel that, but there's still 2 cups there. And by golly, I'm going to see it through, So this might be a little bit of, what's it called? Sunken cost fallacy. Our brain takes shortcuts in reasoning to make decisions, and it's fallacious. Some of our biases and our logic is fallacious, and that's one of them, is this sunken cost fallacy, where it's like, I put a lot into it, so I have to get something out of it, or I have to make it salvageable. And we feel that way about anything that we've put time, money, effort, care, emotional labor, mental labor into, whether that's relationships that we should have been out of a long time ago, or jobs that we should have quit forever ago, or ruts that we get in. And so I'm kind of getting that Knight of Pentacles is more of a rut, seeing this overall over here, and then getting this whole, I've never seen that before with the 7 of Swords, that he's going backwards. Like Danny in The Shining, how he goes, spoiler alert for The Shining, how he goes backwards in his footsteps in the snow to evade Jack Nicholson. That movie. Are you guys excited for Halloween? We're almost there, guys. We're waiting for Mercury to station direct, and I will tell you everything. So make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, toggle the bell for notifications, share these links with your friends and family. What else is there to do? And like the video as well. Okay, let's open up this Knight of Pentacles. What's going on? Ooh, oh, Mother of Pearl. Okay, that was upside down. First of all, we do have Strength. We've got the 4 of Cups, and there's one more little dude here. Oh, and double 6 of Swords. Why are you making yourself do something you don't want to do? You're trying. There's apathy. This is like no, it's either like no chemistry, or like there's no genuine interest, or there's no inspiration, and that's not what I'm picking up for you. So something's not changed here. I mean, you're moving on from that, so. But yeah, that Strength energy with the 4 of Cups, it's like you're trying to, what's that expression, like milk a rock? Like that just, like that idea of trying to like get something out of blood, out of a stone. I don't know how it goes, but it's like you're trying to get something out of something that's like, that Knight of Pentacles is telling me that you've already done. You already put work into this. You be careful of being pot invested into stuff. Know when to cut the losses. Know when to sell off. Sometimes, you know what? This might be like a forced sell. You know, when you're selling and it's just like not the good time to sell, but you waited, you missed your exit, and you now listen. If this is like investing or if it's business, we've all been there. That's part of that's part of investing. That's part of making money. That's part of using money. That's part of the tool of money. That's part of transacting. So, for instance, in astrology, race car drivers, for instance, crashes show up in their charts. It has to show up. It says that they're doing it. So if someone comes and they want to be a race car driver, if you look at everything and you see the crashes, they're going to do it. They're going to have a career. Similar things with like, you know, a certain level of like acting. There's travel involved. There's certain kind of inconsistencies, and there's the same thing with money and like especially big money. If you guys are going out to be millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, multi-billionaires, is that, oh my god, I love my Aristotle Onassis story. You guys know that he got to New York, shared an apartment with his best friend. He took a day shift of work, the friend took a night shift of work, and they shared the same bed. One was getting home, the other one was leaving for work, and they would come back to work, and that one would leave to, like, and he became Aristotle Onassis. Okay, so, you know, it's like this, I get it, I totally get it, because everyone, you know, that's why like investing or trading and you know, it's like not for everybody, because people will usually like, this is like not for you. This Knight of Pentacles, that is like you do your traditional oh my god, why mutual, like your the bundles of, oh my god, why can I not think of the word? I think you know what I'm talking about. You know, like you do your safe investments. You let your money rot in a banking account, so fine. You know, but it's like you're feeling it. You're like really feeling that missed exit. What's this Ace of Pentacles? It's a good indication. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. I'm not like too worried about this. This is all very manageable. Like there's no major arcana. So this could be even that you've got to like retire a purse that is like really broken and you know what I'm saying? Or a pair of shoes that are just like, they're beyond scuffed. You know, like it could even be something like that. So it's not like that's, you know. And you are saved. There's an opportunity. See, and that's what you need. You can lose the money. You can lose the situations, the jobs, even the people. Don't lose the lesson. With whatever you really want, whatever you're aspiring to, whether it's healing or money or artistic success or peace, inner peace, calm. If you maybe you have like an anxiety problem and you just want to be chill, or like whatever you want, you keep at it. You keep at it. You don't give up. You try. Watch the vlog, How to Heal and Move On. It's going to be in the description box below. And eventually you have breakthroughs. But you can't be stagnant in your development with that Knight of Pentacles. So this is like, I don't know if this is like a second chance or if this is just a new opportunity, because that's another thing, is that like this could even be like a lack mentality, like a fear, like fear of change, a fear of loss, a fear of different, even just like a fear of doing something different or doing something differently. And that Ace of Pentacles with the Fool and the Page of Swords, like I see you riding this new wave and like having some great success with it. This is a fated opportunity. Remember, fate brings you the opportunity. The ones you take and leave behind, you take the exit, you take the on-ramp. That's you creating your destiny. So, like if this is money, you can always make money. Money, it's like a whole separate thing. You can always make more money. Don't lose the lesson that you're trying to learn. And this might be money, this might be value, this might be values, this might be There's some kind of energetic rut though. It's so trippy seeing that Seven of Swords. Like it makes me wanna. It's weird because it's like I forgot how to explain the camera trick that does this, but it's like the subject and then there's like a camera on the dolly and it creates this like whole effect, and that's kind of what happens when I look at the Seven of Swords. Anyway, so there's like some distortion there. There's a little bit of like maybe not realizing the exit was, back over there. And that's fine. Like that's okay. That's okay. Because you've got fate's giving you this out or a new opportunity or a new situation, a new option, something that's pretty cool. What's this Nine of... This I like a lot. The Nine of Wands with the Ten of Swords. Like I know it's really big and heavy, but it feels like a surrender to it. That is the most important moment, because when you surrender to it, it's like you become light enough to see everything. You have that bird's eye view. You're like a freaking hawk. I'm just taking the top card because there's like a whole bunch here that came underneath it. Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands. And I've been doing great with Mercury retrograde. I have not been creating new words or anything. All right, so Eight of Wands to clarify, the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Swords. I feel like this is flight. The Eight of Wands, they're in the air. You don't see where they came from. You don't see how or where they're gonna land. They're totally like in this beautiful suspended motion in the air. And you're like, holy shit. It's a magical moment. But that's what this is actually what I'm getting for you, that you're in the air, that you're with the angels, or that you're hearing the angels, that you're hearing this dog whistle, that you are like, I don't know if you're tapping into a frequency of creativity or if this is just, it's like in 300, King Leonidas at the end, spoiler alert for 300, at the end when he talks about how, actually it's not King Leonidas, it's his friend talking about King Leonidas, telling the story, and he's talking about how his vision was suddenly clear, that everything just suddenly made sense, and that you have this perspective that is sort of unnatural. It's a bit supernatural to have that kind of clarity. And it's very kingly. I like it. I like it very much. So you have to let yourself surrender to this mentally, and then you're really, let it go, and then you're able to be nice and floaty. And that's probably the moment you're going to get some great ideas, or you're going to have the words, or you're going to, what does he say? He says something like a greater sense of things, or a heightened sense of things. Something like that. What's the Six of Swords? You have two Six of Swords. So that's an emphasis on moving on mentally. Like mentally accepting something, maybe. Bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. That's a test. Queen of Wands. And the World. Wow. This is a great congratulations. It's very meaningful because you have the Alpha and the Omega here. You have the Fool and you have the World, the very beginning and the very end of a journey. So listen, you did miss some kind of exit. And it's like, let me put it this way. Like when that happens, it's not always, like for instance, let's take, a transit. Mercury is, Mercury retrograde. Mercury in Virgo goes into Libra, stations retrograde, goes back into Virgo, stations direct, goes forward, re-enters Libra. Pluto is at the later degrees of Capricorn, so Mercury's trining Capricorn 3 times. It did this the end of last year. It's going to do it again the end of December, going into January, and without the Venus retrograde in Capricorn. And so those 3 hits, and that's like one example. There's a bunch of transits where this happens with retrogrades, but those 3 passes bring up the same threads And it may not be the same people or the same situations, but it's going to be the same energy. It's going to be the same lessons that you're trying to learn. So whatever this like exit or whatever this thing is that was missed, I don't want you to dwell on that, because you have this, oh, I forgot about that. You have that faded opportunity, this faded, chance that's like there. So that's what this is with the world. It's like you wrap up this is like you pass the test. So this is more like you're reflecting. This might not even be relevant like in your life right now, that you might be thinking about missed opportunities. You might be thinking about where you try to like force something to have an energy to it that doesn't have an energy to. That's what I want to say. It's like you're trying to force, it's like showing up to the job that you're just like, okay guys, I always knew when I was going to leave a job, or when a job was just going to stop working out for me, because I just felt like my body was there and my energy was gone. My energy was just not there. And I always knew when I started to feel that way very consistently that the whole thing is going to blow up, or it's going to crumble, or like something. And of course it always did. So it's kind of like that, where you don't do that anymore. You don't gaslight yourself about what it is, and you really trust yourself to honor whatever. I'm sorry, it's like so dark. I like it like this though. Okay. So you're passing some kind of test, and that it's like the test is like the fear of lack, or the fear of being shunned or left out, or not having enough, or not having what you need, or like a lack of self-confidence, or even like a lack of how do I put it, like sexual confidence, lack of sexual confidence or attractiveness or something. Queen of Wands, like she's my little Southern belle, Scarlett O'Hara. From Gone with the Wind. I'm getting breakfast at Tiffany's. I love that Tiffany blue. I'm getting breakfast at Tiffany's. Maybe you love the movie, hate the movie, never seen it. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. I just do what I'm told. You pass the test. All right, what is this card? Oh, you haven't seen it. Okay, so it's been, if you can see this blue, it's been face down to clarify the Six of Swords, and then I went in to talk about the bottom of the deck. And it is, we'll do this together. It's the Queen of Pentacles. Cool. Very cool. Très chic. N'est-ce pas? Meine Götter. I like to over French pronounce French things. I'm like the Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey of life. So Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, double Six of Swords. Actually, that Six of Swords is with the Knight of Pentacles. So everyone should have a Queen of Pentacles in their corner. Your life will get into ship shop shape. Like, really. And if you are a Queen of Pentacles, you need another Queen of Pentacles to help you. So, yeah, you have like Cosmos is bringing you support and understanding. So that's all you need. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, reflect on missed opportunities, whatever, but don't like linger in that regret. Don't linger in like the loss. Okay. Let yourself lose money. Let yourself lose opportunity. Let yourself lose time. Let yourself lose energy and effort and relationships and situations and jobs. Let yourself lose all of that. And you keep the lessons. You keep the lessons, because that is Saturn, number one. But that is also the Fool. From the Fool to the World. That is the journey of the tarot. From the moment you are embodied into physical manifestation to when you, death and birth are just portals. Portals. Okay. You might even make that sound. So, sorry. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You're coming full circle. You're graduating. You know what? That might be Lady of Shalott, this Queen of Wands. Like, if that only resonates with you if you've been feeling like not sexy or not attractive, or like you don't have your mojo or your groove, or you just don't. Um, I have a thing for Victorians. Like, I'm a pre-Raphaelite. Like, I did a whole honors class in college about like the Victorians and like Victorian literature, and I did the printing press, and I like wrote poetry. Like this whole, I'm a writer. It's just like I'm very romantic. So, um, but one of the things I do, and I discovered this on Venus Pluto, is to do that, to take my favorite paintings and mimic them in the mirror, and then sort of dance from one position or one pose into the next one, but very organically. Don't do it like you're watching a music video and you're like mimicking the music video. You just have to just like be real chill and be real like relax and just do what like organically feels good for you. So I feel like that could be the Lady of Shalott. That's someone's confirmation. That's getting healed up. That's over. So if you've been feeling funky, if you've been feeling like not so cute or handsome, or the ladies are not like not like anyone does that, not like anyone's like but if you've been feeling a little crummy or under the weather, whatever, that's over. You're about to be nice and sparkly, and go with this opportunity. You'll be able to recognize this opportunity opening up for you, and then you'll be able to act on it, like in the car, like I'm a great driver. I love driving. Love it. My coffee. And you have this other great resource, and a very resourceful person, very practical, very practically minded. So they're helping you make this transition so much easier. And you know what? Maybe that's what you didn't have before in a previous, like when you missed your first exit, maybe you couldn't recognize it because you didn't have this person. You didn't have this person, you didn't have, some element was missing to help you kind of transition. That Six of Swords is a transition. So you have someone helping you make that transition. Looks great. Looks absolutely great. Yeah, just don't linger in any bad feelings. Once you get the lesson, once you understand what you are supposed to learn from an experience, then you have the lesson. You keep it, and you can let go of the whole situation, of the whole thing, which means letting go of the bad feeling. Don't stay. If you stay in the Five of Pentacles, you're like suffering unnecessarily. You only suffer. Pain is the greatest teacher. You only suffer to learn the lesson, but once you learn the lesson, you let it go. You have a boundary with yourself. White Owl. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. See, so you are going to be, wow, this is super dark. So you are definitely going to be getting your answers. Tune into your heart space, get nice and quiet, and divine your answers. Bottom of the deck, the Eagle. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. That's exactly what I said in this reading. Exactly. Ooh. Ooh. Fancy, fancy. All right, my loves, take very good care. I will check in on you guys in your next reading. Until that time, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings.